Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So today's video is 100% a request from my sister. So she saw the makeup that I did in my last video where I went to Starbucks and asked them to surprise me, and she immediately called me and said, do a makeup look right now. So that is what we are here to do. And I have all my products laid out in front of me. This is just the makeup look that I do every day. I wear this to work. I have gotten a couple of comments on it at work as well, so hopefully you guys like this makeup look as well, and just stay tuned till the end to see the entire look. And I have my coffee here with me. After going to Starbucks, I absolutely fell in love with the caramel macchiato, so I try to make mine at home. I have seen some recipes that froth the milk and some that don't, so I did it today, but let me know what you guys think, if it should be frothed or not. I'm kind of confused, but it is pretty good. And I did 2 shots of espresso, which probably is not the best idea. Anyways, so I have been priming with the e.l.f. Luminous Matte Makeup Primer. I did a video on this, and I have been liking it a lot. I am nearing the end of it, though, which is kind of sad. Also, if you hear some noise in the background, there's currently some construction going on in my garage, so let's just pretend that those noises don't exist. So there is a mirror behind the camera that I'm using, and there's also a mirror down below that I'll be using to help me with my makeup. Alright, so for foundation, I have been using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Soft Ivory, and it is a little bit too light for me, so I have been mixing it with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Blurring Skin Tint in shade 6. I just got this in a, like a Sephora box that I get. So I just mix it together on the back of my hand, super basic, and then I do dot it all over. And I'm going to blend it out with the Beauty Blender. I did not fill it up all the way to the top. Alright, so next we're going in with eyeshadow, and I'm using the Tartelette palette by Tarte. It is just a very nice neutral palette. You can tell that it has been loved. Some of the darker shades, not so much, but for the most part, it is a very loved palette. And I'm going to go in first with this brush right here, just a brush that I put. This is just a brush that my dad got me in a makeup set forever ago. It's by Makeup For You. It's an eyeshadow brush, nothing fancy at all. And I'm going into the shade Free Spirit. This shade right here, because this shade is pretty low for me, but I like these two for the most part. And no, I'm not going to use primer. I have eyeshadow primer. I just don't find myself using it that much, so we're not going to. Alright, and next I'm going to use this blender brush. It is by Scone. It is the blending brush. The writing is pretty much worn off on it because I've used it so much, and this was just from an Ipsy bag, I think, but one of my subscription bags. And I'm going to go into Force of Nature, this shade right here, and put that in my crease. And just kind of fluff upwards towards the eyebrow as well. This shade is kind of light, so I can be a little sloppy with it. And with this palette, I do find that it is there's not a lot of fallout with it. I can dig my brush into it and not get a lot of excess powder. Some people might not like that, but I kind of like that with this palette. I've had it for several years, so I'm used to it. But just one thing to know, that you can kind of dig into it. Alright, next brush I'm going to go in with is another blending brush. This is by IT Cosmetics, and the writing is 1000% rubbed off, but it is just the crease blending brush. And it's just a little bit tighter than the first brush I used. If you can tell, probably not, but this one's a little bit more flimsy and this one's a little bit more tight, and so I like it for that. And I'm going to go in with the shade Wanderer right here, and I'm going to do pretty much the exact same thing but be a little bit tighter with it. Just for a nice little transition between the two. And I take every crease shade onto my lid as well. Alright, and here we keep on going. We're taking another IT Cosmetics brush. This is the blending crease brush. Very similar to the other IT Cosmetics brush, but if you can tell, this one is even tighter, a little smaller on the top, if you can tell. They're very similar, but they are also very different. So now I'm going to go in with mainly the shade Dreamer here, but with a little bit of that second color, Wanderer, but mainly Dreamer. So like 2 or 3 taps in Dreamer and then 1 tap in Wanderer. Hey, my dogs are whining for the people out in the shop, so just let it be. And so I'm going to go in with the IT Cosmetics Essential Bronzer Brush. I love this for my bronzer. And I'm going to use today, I have been kind of going back and forth, the Nars Laguna bronzer and then the Benefit Hoola bronzer. So I'll probably go in with the Nars Laguna one first. And I do that 3E motion as well. I just don't really go like 3E. I just do those placements, but do my own way. I'm kind of messy with it at first, and then I really go in and make sure everything's blended. This is just what my technique is. Probably not perfect, but it's what I do. And if you notice, I try not to touch my hair with the tips of my fingers because that's where the oils are. And I'm trying to not make my hair more oily than it already is. So that's why I'm using the back of my hand to keep my hair back and that it's not getting pulled down into my face. I've just over time figured out that that's what works for me. Alright, so I ended up not using any of the Hoola bronzer. I just used Nars Laguna. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with my blush, and I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Love Beautifully Flawless Blush Brush. If you can tell, I like a lot of IT Cosmetics brushes. And I'm going to go in with this Tarte blush in the shade Party. It has multiple A's. This one I got in another sample box, but I find that it lasts a really long time, so it is perfect for me. And my brush fits in it pretty well, so I like it. I'm gonna just swirl in and go to town. And I like a lot of blush, so I really go in it. And next we're going to go in with highlighter. I am using this Moda Pro Glow highlighting brush. Once again, got this in another subscription box, probably Ipsy. And I'm going in with the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive. Absolutely love this highlighter. Think it is stunning. And sometimes I highlight my inner corner, sometimes I don't. Today I'm going to, and I'm going to use this Sigma pencil brush, the E30, and using the same highlighter and going in on the inner corner. My dogs are fighting over a toy, so life for you. Alright, so next I'm going in with the IT Cosmetics Blending Crease Brush. This is the one I went in with on the darkest color, not dipping in again, and I'm just going to go on my lower lash line. And then with the other IT Cosmetics brush, the one that is a little bigger that we used on the second shade, just gonna use this to kind of blend everything in. So next I'm going to Alright, so I'm going to do my eyeliner really quick. I use the Roller Lash eyeliner. Love this eyeliner. Also love the Stila Stay All Day one. Those are probably my top two. And there's the eyeliner. I like to just do a little flick on the end, but it's not a winged eyeliner at all. It's just like a little flick, All right, so now I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara primer. I've been using this LashFood primer. It's a conditioning collagen lash primer. It comes in a little set with a serum as well, and so I really like it. And because I am excessive, I like to use 2 to 3 different types of mascaras. Today I'm using 3. I like the Roller Lash by Benefit mascara the most. Love this one so much. Then I will be going in with the MAC Extended Play Perm Me Up mascara. I also really like this for the lower lash line. And then just to finish everything off, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara as well. So first, what I do with the Roller Lash is I brush through my lashes on the back side, and then I go on the front side, you'll see. Just kind of roll downwards, and then I'll lift everything back up. I find that really coats the lashes, makes them thick, which is what I'm wanting, as you can tell from eye to eye, hopefully, the difference that just makes, and it's only going to get better. Let me do the other eye real quick. Alright, and did get a little bit of mascara on my lids, but it's okay. We'll take care of that at the end. Next, I'm going to go back in with that MAC mascara and do the top lashes and then the bottom ones as well at this point. Alrighty, and last but not least, the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara on the top lashes. Alright, and to remove the mascara that's stuck onto my lids, it's best to do when it's dry because it just kind of flakes off. I've been using this Kat Von D eyeliner brush because I don't really use gel eyeliner, but I have the brush. And it's a very stiff brush as well, so I just find that point right there really helps kind of just flick it off. And there we go. Alright, next I'm going to do the lip, so I'm going to just kind of like rub off / rub in the chapstick that I have on right now. First, I'm going to go in with my lip liner. I really love the NYX lip liner in Cabaret. I know that some people don't like wooden pencils, but I love these. I have so many of them. And I'm going to line my lips and then fill it in. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 different options. These are all pretty similar, but they're my 3 favorite. First is the Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick in Gemini. I love this one for days where I want just a little bit less bold, but still that darker-ish color. Next is the Morphe Liquid Lipstick in the shade Phatty, and that is with a PH, A-T-T-Y. And then one of my most recent favorites, I just bought this lipstick recently, and I got compliments on it at work already. It's by MAC, and it is in the shade Diva. It is this nice, really rich plum type color, but I think it is absolutely stunning. And today I'm going to go in with the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Phatty. And I have found that the key for these liquid lipsticks is whenever you pull the wand out, rub it on the top and just kind of get rid of that excess, and it won't feel as thick on your lips. Alright, this is the final look. This is the eye look I did in that Starbucks Surprise Me video. I've been wearing this every day to work recently. I switch out the lip color depending on what outfit I am wearing, so definitely do that. But eye look, 10 out of 10. Love it. Alright, so give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this look and if you would like for me to do more makeup videos, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.